Oh man, can't wait to do the new intro. I'm already working on that new intro. It's going to be fun.
Hey, we did
Definitely
get a
gonna be
ship last time, so there's that too. Not to mention the good things that happened.
Yeah, well, it's rather, it's there were some interesting things that happened last session. So, let's go ahead and recap. The party manages to complete their long rest, and Professor Jabotras successfully casts teleportation circle, transporting the group to the gleaming spire in the coastal pirate city of Beri Harash. There they are intercepted by the towering Goliath pirate captain Stonejaw and his captive wizard Silas. Stonejaw demands to know how their arrival profits him before allowing them to leave. During tense negotiations at the Barnacle and Blade Tavern, the party reveals that the Iron Collective is led by a changeling named Spike. Ford willingly steps into a zone of truth to prove this, which enrages Stonejaw and convinces him to ally with the party against the Firekeepers and the Changelings. He immediately takes Madam Riptide while using Moonbeam to weed out any changeling infiltrators in his own ranks. I think Professor is having issues. Seeking a way into the City of Sight, the party visits the halfling fence Barnaby Bilge Higgins at Deepwater Curiosities. Tensions rise when Fendon spots a Fey Weave sickle belonging to his brother, Zenith. Bilge reveals he bought it from his missing smuggler friend, Garrick. After Professor Jabotras trades a heavy chunk of Basras bronze, Bilge provides a magical journal and map. Oh, good Lord. Why is he dropping in and out like that? What's going on?
He said he's going to pop off. He had to refresh for his background.
Oh, gotcha. Bilge provides a magical journal and map of the Oracle Badlands, warning them of the Overseer, a cloud giant who controls the region. Bilge also secretly shows the professor a wooden Furbog statue he bought from Garrick, which Professor promises to keep secret from Fendon for now. Before they depart, Madam Riptide offers the party a secret lava tube entrance into the City of Sight, allowing them to Jeez, I cannot read tonight. Allowing them to bypass the giant-controlled Badlands. In exchange, she asked them to rescue the Silent Sook, an elven double agent bearing a death tree mark identical to Forn's. To expedite their journey, the party charters the Zephyr's Gambit, a heavily modified Hubatt Corsair airship captained by the half-elf Yash. Forn provides the ship's dwarven engineer Duggar with the Githyanki Broomstone engine. Duggar mixes the Broomstone with magical residuum, activating an experimental teleportation drive. The Zephyr's Gambit tears through a portal, instantly completing a three-day journey in a single minute and dropping the party safely at the edge of the gorge, leading to the beginning journey into the City of Sight. And that is pretty much exactly where we last left off. And I believe, did we long rest and it was the beginning of a day's travel?
We hadn't long rested since we got there. We just arrived. The portal thing happened and we had just arrived. We long rested before we went through the portal to the teleportation circle, but then everything that happened.
You met up with the Zephyr you met up with the Zephyr in the morning, or did you take the long rest?
We didn't long rest
on the Zephyr.
The long rest was before we went to the coastal city to Beri
That's
Harash.
right. That's right.
Yeah. So we long rested, and then everything that's happened so far has been same day.
Gotcha. So, because the Zephyr used the teleportation drive system, I'll say that you guys are in the main gorge with maybe less than a day's travel to the drop-off point at this point. Right. So it would have been a 3 to 5 day journey has now turned into a day-long journey. So all of you guys are
the lava tube area, right?
Yeah, that's to get to the base of the gorge and try to find the entrance into the lava tubes that will take you then try to bypass all the stuff that is controlled by the overseer in the Badlands, and then gain you access to the foundations of the City of Sight.
And one of them was it? I think it was Riptide. One of them told us that the overseer seems to be allied with the firekeepers.
Correct.
Yeah, I think it was Riptide was telling us that, but yeah, which is good to bypass them because cloud giants.
I'll say it's mid-morning. Got a day's travel left to get to the base of the gorge. What would you guys like to do?
I have a spell that I would like to try to cast. It would make traveling easier for me. Perhaps I could cast it multiple times for other people. But
is it ritual or?
It's summon vehicle. So casting time is 1 action. It's not ritual, so I'd have to cast it proper.
Okay.
But it's a first level spell, so it's nothing.
Gotcha.
Nothing too crazy, but it's it's only 10 minutes though. Damn, never mind. I was just trying, like, if I summon like a sand skiff kind of thing to help us get through this quicker or easier, but I guess it's only a 10-minute spell though. So never mind.
And
I thought it was
basically a vehicle no larger than a 5-foot cube.
Yeah, so it'd be something like I have to do it a number of times for each of us to be able to do it. Was my
right,
thought.
Right.
Yeah. Wait,
where's this from? What's OTTG? What's the OTTG?
Obojima.
Oh, Obojima. Yeah, that's where that one's from.
Tales from the Tall Grass.
Yeah.
But it dawns on me though that we have 2 paladins that also have creatures that can move us all faster.
Yeah, like I can summon Breakquill, and if we need to do that, like.
Yeah, Breakquill can carry a fair amount of 2 of us probably at minimum.
That's a question for storyteller because
I mean Breakwill's a pretty sizable beast, so I would say he could easily carry 2 medium creatures.
Okay,
I think he's carried 2 of us.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll summon him.
Because like Melody has what's her face too? The
unicorn.
Unicorn, yeah.
I wonder if she could summon a Pegasus yet. I mean, I guess she could summon a Pegasus instead of a unicorn. I mean, I know she normally likes to summon the unicorn because she describes it as a, the
rainbow hair.
Yeah, the rainbow hair and. But for now, Captain Yash, Duggar, and Skyless are just kind of doing the typical things a crew would do to maintain an airship. It's mid-morning. You're beginning to see the mesas and plateaus of the Badlands up ahead. And you can see that the gorge is many miles wide, and the airship is kind of roughly around 500 feet up in the air as it's kind of like drifting directly down the center of the gorge at this point. The weather's pretty mild, windy, lots of clouds. There are sections of the Badlands that you can't even see because you can see the broken kind of rock disposition of the mountains all jutting up into the cloud cover. And there's one sizable peak in the Badlands that is completely wrapped in cloud cover. This might be the extinct volcano that the giants call home. And therefore the kind of foundational roots of this mountain are also the general area where Madam Riptide had mentioned that the map would have access to the lava tubes. Currently, you guys are passengers. The crew are doing the bulk of the work.
I'm looking through my spell. I'm trying to see if I've got anything that'll help us journey quicker to get towards the. I feel like we need to move towards the volcano because of what Riptide said. That's where the lava tubes would be.
Fair enough. Anybody want to
Well-
work on anything while the journey is happening?
Like I said, I want to summon Brightquill, but I'm gonna
Okay.
see if there's anything interesting I can do. I kind of doubt it.
Bright Quill. That's ritual 1 hour for you, or is that instant? It should be
Let me double
instant
check.
because he wasn't destroyed, right?
Yeah, he was not destroyed.
Okay. All right. So he returns in a blink of an eye. His usual professor's demeanor as he just kind of looks down his beak at all of you and immediately leaps into the air to kind of like drift on the current and just kind of be slightly at the side of the airship, kind of swooping around it as if to keep an eye out on things while staying relatively close as well.
I'm gonna use my tracking perception to figure out the best way to get us where we're going.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Yep. Probably got the best eyes of anybody.
Are you
else.
using the scope on your rifle?
Yeah. Like when we start planning out the course, I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'll have the scope at least of my rifle out to make sure we're going in a worthwhile direction.
You have an advantage on that perception check.
That's a 16 plus 10 is a 26. I guess I could do guidance too, but sure, why not? Every little bit helps.
Yeah, 28. It's an interesting horizon. Right now, the current position you're at, you're kind of coming into the gorge. And while the edge of the Badlands are a series of broken plateaus and broken hillscapes and rockscapes, in the direction that Madame Riptide had warned about, you definitely can see how this territory would be solid territory for giants. It lots of cover, broken landscape, difficult to get in and out of. And I would say at this point, you would even be able to see through your scope a small group of about 7 stone giants. It looks like it's a hunting party. You could tell that they're hunting what's called mesa mammoths. These are these particularly kind of thick-skinned elephants that you're a little familiar with. They're kind of some of the wilds that kind of exist out here. And there's a huge herd of them, maybe 200-300 of these elephants that are kind of wandering into the depths of the mesas. And you can see at least 7 stone giants are currently tracking them. With that roll, they're maybe a mile away, slightly off to your northwest. They don't seem to have spotted the airship. They seem very fixated on hunting the pack of elephants.
Look, we'll need to draw a path around. We got these stone giants out here in front of us. They're tracking some mammoths, I believe. But if we're going to make this journey, we don't want to make an intercept course with these guys. I think it would be best if we didn't encounter them at all. Any giants on this travel.
Who are you saying that to?
I'm just talking to the group. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, let me do the thing. Let me shoot the cats away so I can actually get to my dice. But there is a thing that I'd like to prep. I don't disagree with Thorn, but I was going through and there's a spell in my Atlas of Endless Horizons that I've never used that might be really useful to have in a little bit. But let's see. I would like to cast Word of Recall here just to create an anchor point.
Gotcha. Is that ritual or instant?
Let me double check because it's not. It's one of the ones that's in my spell book. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I had it on my phone because trying to do this on multiple screens. It's one action, so yeah, instant.
Sandra's all Giselle.
Yeah. Giselle. It's a 6th level spell. I rolled an 18 without modifier, so it goes off.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just anchoring ourselves here. So
the idea is to make the ship the recall point.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So if we get into
Captain Yash said that after he drops you off, he's going to turn back out of the gorge and stay along the coastline until he hears from you again.
Yep.
So he's going to linger, because like you guys arrived at the coastline, he then pivoted the airship northwest in the direction of the gorge that you're now traveling into. Once he drops you off, he's going to return out of the gorge and linger on the coastline until you're ready.
what are you doing,
I'll-
Charles?
I'll also take a second to patch up my homunculi. I haven't used them for a while, but
Okay.
put them into like an owl or
Okay.
like a falcon, so we can just have an overhead look at what's around us.
How much more? How far do we need to get out of the sight of these potential stone giants up in the distance? Is it going to add much more time to our journey?
I don't think it'll take that much longer, but we just have to avoid them. But it's still about a day to get to where the lava tubes are.
How good is is their sight? How far away do we need to get from these guys?
Well, it's a desert. I assume as we move, we're going to kick up. Yeah, you see out there in the distance, see the dust and it's going to be tough for us to move without making more dust. Although having
Well, keep in mind, you guys are an
Bright Claw here
airship.
is flying. Well, Bright Claw flies, so
Who?
or what the beak, Bright Beak, Bright Claw? I thought it was Bright Claw. It's Bright Beak, Bright Claw. The
Break
the
Right,
Will.
Will.
there we go. Whatever. One of those components of a fantasy creature. Bright Quill flies.
Bright
So
Quill.
they're at least able to stay above and not kick up dust, right?
Well, I mean, the airship's 500 feet up in the air, so they're because you used your scope on your rifle. Obviously, you probably can see them better than they can see you currently.
Mhm.
But the airship is a pretty big target.
Well,
Captain Yash. Well, the question I have: Do you tell Captain Yash about it?
about the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said that when I pointed them out. Of like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So Captain Yash will steer the ship a little bit further east and a little bit deeper into the gorge. So you guys are now at 300 feet, so that the gorge line and the mesa line are slightly above the height of the airship, dropping the airship out of line of sight of the stone giants.
All right. Well, I believe we've come about as far as we can on the ship. Why don't we disembark and start our little trip here now? Captain Yash, it's a pleasure. You've got my token there. I'll summon you when we're ready.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I'm going to drop you guys off. There are things out here. You should keep your eye out. My whole point of using that new experimental engine that Duggar developed was to give us a bit of an opportunity to stay ahead of the game and the creatures out here. It's the natural migration season of the ash wyverns, so keep an eye out for them. They hunt in packs. They have excellent vision, excellent sense of smell. They spit a acidic bile as a defensive mechanism. They're maybe 20 feet in length from nose to tail. Also, the Badlands are notoriously loaded with dinosaur creatures of all kind, more of the overland types than the swampy or waterborne types. The Badlands are dry. You're not going to find much water, and you're not going to find much green out here, to say the least. You can already feel the gradual decline of the airship as it's slowly settling down deeper and deeper and deeper into the gorge until at last it lands. And as it lands, it gets to about 5 feet above the ground. It hovers there. A gangway drops 10 feet down into the dust and sand below. You guys are able to then disembark. Before you leave, is there anything anyone wants to do before leaving the ship?
Tell me a little more about these wyverns, real quick. They like similar to the ones that we took up to the top to board your vessel.
No. Those are the nice ones. No, the ash wyverns are creatures that, well, some say they're feral creatures from when the city of Sight was populated. Some say that maybe even the firekeepers use them as sentinels. No one knows for sure, but they are the dominant feral species out here. I have heard that those that travel through the Badlands will eventually run across a T-Rex or two. Down in the broken scars of the Badlands and in the inlets of the valley, and maybe further into the gorge, you might run into some of the more typical roaming hordes or roaming herds of smaller dinosaurs that free range in and out. But I wouldn't worry too much. It's been a long time since anyone's ever seen an ashen worm, so the ashen worm shouldn't give you any problem. Rumor has it only feeds once every millennium.
We need to do any special sort of dance while we're walking so that it doesn't sense our steps. So,
no, I'm familiar with that Dune philosophy. That's not the case.
Just things you pick up on the road, you know?
That you guys settle down into the Ashen Gorge. You watch as the airship gradually starts setting off. It turns around, and you watch as it begins to go back towards the coastal area of the gorge. You guys are now in the gorge itself with your maps, your journals, Bright Quill. See, I did it too. You know why? It's because I keep thinking of Harry Potter. Because that was Brightbeak in Harry Potter, I believe.
Buckbeak.
Right? Yeah.
Buckbeak.
Yeah, Buckbeak. So you guys have Bright Quill hovering above you. The top of the mesa and gorge line is maybe about 1,500 feet on either side of you. The expanse between the two sides of the gorge are, maybe a couple miles wide, and it gets narrower and narrower. You get the feeling that maybe at the end of the day's travel, you might start being able to see the beginning mountain range where the city of Sight would be located at. But so far, you can't see it yet. You're at least a day away from reaching the city of Sight.
I don't know about y'all, but I figure we should stay close to one side of this gorge or the other. Just kind of keep us on track and stay near as we move forward.
Everybody give me survival checks as you start examining the section of the gorge that you're in.
God.
Professor got a 17.
17.
18 for Treo.
Nice.
18 for Fendon.
Look at that.
I have surprisingly
I
good.
got a
What'd
I
you
got
get for it?
a 9.
Wow.
I have a
Ford
plus
is like
fires.
right.
Ford is like completely out of his element at this point.
I spot those freaking mammoths from a mile away, but where are we? No, I don't know.
The western side of the gorge offers more shadow than the eastern side. You pick up on the fact that traveling at the base of the western side of the gorge would at least offer more cover. The roots of that wall of the gorge are a bit more broken up. It's a little bit of a more difficult journey, but it offers the most amount of cover that you can see. The eastern wall of the gorge is fully exposed.
On a mostly flying mounts, we ought to be able to navigate that fairly easily. Just, you know, the west wall looks like the best choice, right?
Agreed.
Yes, I concur. Shall we? I assume this is the right direction.
Y'all got a better sense of direction than I do right now.
Well, who's got the map? Who's got Madame Riptide's map?
Cora, technically.
Cora?
Yep.
Let me have her make a quick roll. My gosh, there's a lot of characters attached to this campaign.
No. One of them's dead.
She has a plus 11 on survival.
Yeah.
That is a 27. Cora slows everybody down. She pulls out the map. She takes a moment to study the map. She looks at the high line and then the walled edge of the gorge. She traces her finger along the map. She double taps the map. She's convinced it's a 12-hour walk or a 3-hour flight, depending on what you guys choose to do. She also warns that a flight or flying there could expose you guys to the wyverns, to the ash wyverns, whereas walking in the shadows of the gorge wall of the west wall will probably not make you guys stick out as much.
I'm happy to scout ahead. Take point. Flying's going to get us there quicker. We can't run it in with those wyverns. Maybe, I don't know. Look, they harnessed some wyverns back in Beri Harash. Let's say we can't attempt to harness couple of the wyverns here, right?
Fair point.
If
Do we
they-
think
if we
those things
come
can
across.
jump high enough to leap at us? How high can those things jump if
They
someone wants to
fly.
Oh,
Wyverns
they fly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So we ought to be able to spot them before they spot us, right?
You can certainly try.
Famous last words. Famous
Cora's
last
just
words.
like Cora's just shaking her head. I'm gonna have her make a let's see, there's nature or history, which is better for her. They're the same. Is a 16. She would describe the Ashen Wyverns as probably they can see up to 5 miles in distance. They can smell equally, if not further. She describes them as roaming in packs of anywhere from 5 to 12 at a time, depending on the season. She's not worried, but she's a little nervous about dealing with them. By not being in the air, she's convinced it's safer to be on the ground. You'll probably have more warning on the ground than you would if you were in the air.
Well then, ground it is. We'll take off that way.
I think we should just stick with the ground if we're running into packs of these things.
But I will take the moment while we're all huddled together to try and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, go for it. Give me a casting roll.
Yep. Fail me now.
Okay, I don't
7.
want to. I would shout. Sorry. I could potentially cast invisibility on all of us and mitigate this problem. I just figure I'd offer that it is 4 times faster to fly.
I think that's a wonderful idea. How do you think they could still smell us? What's their sense of smell like?
I mean,
That
they
was
based on Cora's description, they would have advantage on perception check. So if you guys were invisible, they would have a regular perception check.
Well, it was a 17 on a pass without a trace roll, so I needed a 13. So that's
All right.
easily.
So everyone has plus 10 to their stealth,
Oof.
All right.
which
So it's plus
gives
10
Cora a plus 22.
So
Me too.
So with
Same.
So with this, with your additional support here, Born, and if we have invisibility, does that give us an even greater advantage flying? I guess I should ask Storyteller directly. Would they get?
Well, presumably, they'd be at disadvantage even with advantage on perception.
If we're invisible and without a trace, do they have a disadvantage then on perception?
Well,
Technically, those don't stack, but they would still have to do a perception roll against your stealth.
Yeah.
So, and as long as your stealth is, it's just their perception roll would normally be at advantage, but because you're invisible, it will be at a regular perception roll as opposed to advantage.
And then when we roll our stealth checks as a group, our group average is going to be a lot high. It's going to be 10 higher than it would be otherwise.
Ash Wyverns have a passive perception of 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as group stealth is above
I just saw
22.
Chris mouth. Jeez.
Hey, if I nat 20 on my
Chris
stealth
is like,
roll,
Jesus, Storyteller's monsters are no joke.
a nat 20 on my stealth roll would give me a 42 for stealth, though. So
Jesus. That would definitely set the bell curve.
that's without rolling guidance.
Yeah. Definitely set the bell curve.
Well, I'm for taking this risk.
Yeah.
Of invisibility with our stealth and flying around. So,
all right,
we'd have to recast it every hour, right? So we'd have to fly an hour apart,
we could
recast it, because I'd have to recast pass without a trace also. So
Correct.
So I rolled a 17, which with my addition would be a 25. So that absolutely goes off. I can cast it at. I'll go ahead and include both mounts, so that would be at 7th level, just to include everybody there. And actually,
So who's riding Brightquill at this point?
Fendon's bigger.
I can fly.
Because Airtrail, you have your wings, right? So you can fly.
So does
Me,
Professor.
Jellatros,
So presumably Findon and Cora, unless one of them wants to take Giselle.
Well, does Melody? I was going to pull up Melody's character sheet. Does she have? Because I think she can summon creatures, right? That's how she gets her.
No, she has summon steed. It's the
Summon steed. That's right. Yeah.
It's
And
the paladin spell.
Yeah. So I want to see what flying steed she can summon.
I thought Giselle could. That she was a unicorn that could fly.
I don't think unicorns can normally naturally fly. Is it find greater steed or summon? Just summon.
Mine's
steed?
just summon steed. So.
Yeah. Why is it not? Brr. Why is it not giving me the right information? Okay, hold on. I'm just going to pull up her character sheet. Go to her spell book. Because what level is summon speed? Steed?
It's like I think it's literally her first level. We started the
no, she has find steed is what she has.
Steed,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she has find faithful steed.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's right. Mine's the second level as well. I thought it was first. It is not. But That's easy enough. But I think I can ritual cast that because, yeah, one of those is just, yeah, that's what it was. I'd had it since I started with the professor, but I think you can do it as a ritual, so that's why we had it forever.
Yeah, so she just has a stat block called Otherworldly Steed. So I'm gonna let her summon
Greater
a Pegasus.
Greater Steed's the
gonna-
one that does Pegasus.
Well, I mean, I think they've changed it for 5.5 because they just call it Otherworldly Steed, so you can summon a steed, a large celestial, fey, or fiend you choose, and I think technically Pegasuses are considered fey. So I'm just gonna say she summons Giselle with wings at this point.
Sure.
She summons Alucard Giselle?
Yep, a la carte Giselle, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it does say in the Otherworldly Seed stat block that if they have a fly speed, it requires
60,
a level
yeah.
4+ spell.
Yeah.
So as long as she uses a level 4+ spell, she's good.
Ooh. Technically, I think she has to make a spell casting roll, which she is good. That'll go off.
Yep. Well, I'll ride with Melody then, because my ring lets me fly, but it's hour long.
Yeah, so Fendon and Cora are going to be on Bright Quill, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So that's Fendon and Cora on Bright Quill. And then Melody and Forn are on Giselle. Make sure I spell it right, or else I'll never hear the end of it from Melody. And then Eritrea, you can fly on your own accord, correct?
To say that, you see how my name is rendered in all the recaps, right?
That is the failure of technology. That's not my failure.
Okay.
Blame that on the AI that orders perfect burgers at Wendy's. I don't
think
know
in
what to
this
tell you.
last recap they called Jaman like Jimmy or something.
Yeah, Barry Harash was Barry like strawberry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the famous food from the area, right? Barry Harash.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
potatoes. It's kind of a hash with berries in it.
So now instead of a 12-hour walking journey, you guys have a 3-hour fly journey. So for the sake of the journey, everyone go ahead and give me perception with advantage. You guys are invisible and you're flying at height.
Perception is right.
That's
Oh, that's
20.
you guys. That fucked me up.
24.
Fendon's just gonna enjoy the view from up here. I've never seen it like this before.
It's just staring at Zenith's sickle the whole time.
I got a 21 on mine.
Okay, 21 for
13.
Professor.
Oh, I'm sorry, 18. I was looking at the wrong thing. I thought it was +1. It is not.
Gotcha.
28.
Bring that average up.
I think somebody's home.
I think she's struggling to open the door with all her baggage. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. Go help her. Fendon, what'd you get?
13.
13. Yes, that's. I keep forgetting. 10 to 13 is actually considered average. You know, people get so used to rolling these really high rolls that when they do roll a 13, they're like, "Oh, that sucks." I'm like, "No, actually, that's pretty average. That's about right." It's 26s that are like not average. That's like really high.
28.
Or 28. Yeah.
I see all the colors of the rainbow.
They've
That's
gone
all?
to plaid.
I see the whole light spectrum right now.
Oh my god, that was the one movie that Callista wanted to watch for her birthday.
Aw.
Was Spaceballs.
It's still such a good movie.
You excited for the new one?
Heck yeah, I like the
Yes.
fact that it's a sequel.
I
Yeah.
hate the fact that the end, like, there's a line in there that's only gotten more true, and it's just fuck. Even in the future, nothing works. God damn
Yeah.
it. No, Brooks.
Who's that?
Hey,
Major.
I told you
that's
guys the
major
story of
ass.
my daughter.
That's major asshole, sir. What?
Yeah.
What's his name? He's an asshole too. What are their names? Assholes, sir. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing.
My daughter, we're watching Andor. My daughter used that phrase on season 2 when he gets captured by like the rebels, and they all
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
like idiots. My daughter was like, "He's thinking like, how many? I'm surrounded by assholes, right?" I was like, "I can't even." Yes, high five. Like you pulled that out of left field. Good job, kid. My 9-year-old. She was 9 at the time.
Cussing is a second language.
Yep. I'm very fluent. I'm even fluent in cussing in a foreign language. So
I know, in Chinese.
Those are fun, man. You get a Chinese
I've been
person to turn
cussed
their head
at
like,
by-
"What did you say? How did you say that?"
Yeah.
I got a 19 on my perception in case that.
19. Look at those averages. Pretty epic. And the 28 will definitely help with the 13. So there's quite a few things you guys can see. Number one, because you guys are invisible, no one obviously picks up on you as a threat. The first thing you see as you travel the first hour is that an outcropping of rock that is kind of like a finger of cliff, like a, you know how like a thin finger of rock can hang out over the edge of a cliff. You can see what looks to be a makeshift stone tower. The tower is roughly 30 feet in height. There is a round cylindrical kind of like rampart on top of it. It looks still in usable shape, but no obvious person on duty or on the tower from what you can tell. Behind the tower, you can see what looks to be a makeshift road that leads off into the Badlands. You get the feeling that you're now on the very edge of the territory of the Overseer. You also begin to see your first tribal giant group that is currently like almost like a nomadic group of hill giants and ogres that are carrying huge bundles. They are riding these huge elephants. You can see these large wagons in tow. There's maybe about 36 of them of various sizes, male, female. And they seem to be like they're moving nomadically, like everything they own and carry is moving along with them, and almost kind of like a traditional Bedouin style of existence. Down in this main part of the gorge during your as you're about to start your second hour of travel, you can actually see a herd of small dinosaur. They're maybe roughly 5 feet in height. They almost look like ostriches without feathers. They seem to be kind of like herding in different directions. There's also a very thin stream of water now beginning to cascade down one of the near cliffside falls and down into the gorge. And this is your first time seeing any water in the gorge. Maybe about 100 feet down below you, you're now flying over a very small oasis that's barely a quarter mile in diameter. You can see a lot of animals. You can also see camped at the edge of that oasis, you can see another small tribe of giants that are like camped at the oasis. So you get the feeling that you're definitely crossing over into giant territory at this point. As you're about to start your second hour of flight, I need a casting roll from Thorn for Pass Without a Trace, and I need one from
19.
Professor Jalbatros for invisibility.
All right.
The 19 for a pass
I rolled
without trace.
another. I rolled a 17 again before
Nice.
adding my stuff, so we're fine. We should be good.
Yep. So invisibility will be recast. Pass Without a Trace will be recast. Both of which
We didn't-
require concentration, correct?
Yeah, and we didn't roll stealth before we took that first flight either. We did perception, but we didn't roll stealth to see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We forgot to. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
stealth for the second hour of the flight.
All right. Give me because I got to roll a disadvantage because of my armor, which I don't know that makes sense if I'm flying.
I rolled a natural 20 for Cora, so that's 32 without guidance. Hey, Ryan, is Alexa getting on?
Yeah, just
Okay.
getting some stuff together.
No worries.
It's a 42. It's a 42 for her because she has plus 12, plus 10 for pass without trace.
What
Oh, yeah, it would be a 42 for her because of the plus 10. I forgot about that.
I'm rolling
fucking
a
mad because I rolled a nat 20 and then I got an unnatural 20 with my roll, so I got a 30 on that. But still, come on.
what am I rolling for again? I'm sorry.
Stealth.
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 What'd you get, Fendon?
14 plus 10, so 24.
24.
4 plus 10, 14.
Give yourself guidance as well. See if we can't get you a little
At
higher.
least a
than that.
50.
I feel like a single gold coin falls out of Eritreo's pocket. It tumbles down, hits the nose of a wyvern who looks up.
17. 17 with that guy.
Nice.
I got a 31.
All right. During the second hour of travel, you begin to realize that the gorge is beginning to change a bit. You can smell a bit more of the kind of ashen envelopment of the Badlands. It's said that the foundation of the Badlands are made out of centuries of volcanic rock and volcanic ash. Most people understand the volcano of the Badlands to have gone extinct some time ago. And now you're beginning to see the taller, broken mountains. The gorge dead ends up ahead. At the dead end of the gorge is where the roots of the volcano kind of descended down into the base of the gorge. I would also say, because you guys are invisible and I didn't roll very well, you watch as a small herd of lava beetles suddenly kind of broach up out of the sand. There's maybe 4 or 5 dozen of them. They're considered large-sized creatures of various degrees. They kind of come up out of the sand. They seem to kind of mill about a bit and then gather up into a small herd and then just kind of begin to disappear into the Badlands. It's at this point when the lava beetles appear, you guys finally see a flight of ashen wyverns nearby. They are currently about 1,000 feet off to your left. They are cruising in a pattern that tells you they might be hunting the lava beetles. There's about 8 of them. As soon as they spot the lava beetles, you watch as they descend down into the broken lands. This feels like a good opportunity to push through to the end of the gorge because these wyverns are now distracted.
Off we go.
Off we go.
All right, everyone give me one final, for the final hour towards the gorge
The
to
roll.
find the lava entrance. Give me 2 spellcasting rolls, and then I'll need stealth checks.
I just barely made the spellcasting roll. I rolled a 7 plus 6 is a 13, so that gets us past without a trace, but just barely.
Nice.
I rolled a 14 plus 8, so 22. I'm okay on that.
Yep.
So let's try let's stealth at disadvantage.
Huh.
19.
That's
okay. So
it's a
12.
40
So it's
for
still
the-
at disadvantage.
No, it's Professor's disadvantage on stealth because of his armor.
My armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled a
Otherwise, it's just
26
straight
on
roll,
stealth.
unless you have other armor.
I got a 30.
I got
And
a
then
40.
26 on stealth.
Nice.
All right.
So with that, the final hour of the journey, nothing too untoward is spotted or noticed. You guys begin to descend once you reach the dead end of the gorge. And as you reach the dead end of the gorge, you can see that it is the very, very base of the mountain range of the Badlands at this point. On the other side of this mountain range should be the City of Sight. The mountain range varies from 4,000 to 8,000 feet in height, depending on where you are within the mountain range. Currently, you can see not only dozens of exposed ravines and tunnels. You guys watch as Cora pulls out the map really quick, looks at the map, and looks at the side of the gorge. She consults the journal, and she looks at all of you. It's one of these, from what I can tell.
What of what?
One of these dozen or so entrances up ahead.
It's not more specific.
Not really, no.
Can I go up to the tunnels and like make rolls to whether it's survival or investigation or perception? I'm looking to see which one looks like it's been used.
Yeah, go survival, I think, would make sense.
Survival? Okay. Nope. 2
What'd you
plus
get?
6. A 2 plus 6 is an 8.
I would say what makes it hard for you to figure out which ones might be the focus is that all the trails up here and all the rock falls are covered in giant footprints. This place is heavily trafficked by giants.
So, I'm going to try something. I want to kind of land on the plateau and just kind of pull my feather out and do a commune. I'm only going to ask one question, so I'll keep 2 in reserve. And it's just, care to help?
No.
Yeah, you see him like pinch the bridge of his nose, or his beak. It's like,
You're supposed to be an eagle god, and you.
Fennon's like, why is he always talking to his feather?
it doesn't even look like one of his. It's like made of iron. That's weird.
He's got a prosthetic feather.
Are there any plant life or small creatures around the entrances to these?
You can see like little, what they would call dune dragons, which are these little like lizard-like creatures, bearded dragons. You could see kind of like Komodo-style dragons, but small. These like a lot of little lizard creatures. You can see hawks and other creatures perched up on nearby rocks. You can see most of the wildlife here is designed for this kind of rough environment. The plant life is definitely limited.
Well, any small creature that Fendon can make his way to, he will go over and just start talking to them.
I will say you see a small mouse called a desert mouse. It's got very large ears because it uses it to capture moisture in the air, and then it rubs the moisture across its face and drinks the water. It kind of looks up at you as you approach.
Well, hello, little friend.
Busy drinking. What?
All right. Do you want some water? I bend over and pour some water on the ground around him from my water skin.
Give me a sleight of hand on that.
Sleight of hand. At 12?
A slightly drenched mouse looks up at you. Thank you, water.
Sorry.
Thank you, water.
Thank you. Hey, are there any not giants that walk? And if they do, like, what path do they take?
Big people. Oh, you talk big people. You
Yeah.
little people next to big people.
Yeah, any other little people that walk any of these paths?
He
in
gets up
particular?
on his large flat feet, his little tail kind of balancing him. He starts looking around. Follow me. Follow me. And he starts bounding up the rocks towards one of the center ridges where there's like a ripped open ravine with a kind of strange looking tunnel kind of broken into it. You can see this little mouse is hopping from rock to rock to rock to rock, kind of leading you up towards an entrance of one of the tunnels.
Hey, maybe let's follow him.
Sure. I can't make heads or tails of any of this shit.
I'm gonna turn over to Brightbeak and just like, don't eat this one. No eating this one, okay?
You just watch as he's already slurping a long lizard tail down.
That one's fine. Not the mouse. Not the mouse we're following.
Okay. Am I going in the tunnel with you, or do I get to stay out here?
Why don't you stay out here? I don't know that we really need a griffin underground. That seems like a bad idea. I don't know why.
Traveling with you is definitely a bad idea. And he leaps up into the air and starts circling up towards the front of the entrances, and he disappears into a shadow outcropping of rock. You guys watch as Fendon goes bounding up the rocks, chasing after the mouse. The mouse stops, and kind of its tail and nose kind of pointing into the interior of a pretty dank cave that shows some consideration of looking a bit like a lava tube. It's maybe 8 feet tall by 3 feet wide. Single file only, as they say.
You are
All right,
so
well.
helpful, my friend. Here, I give him like parts of my rations and some more water.
Yeah, the last thing you see as you start heading up towards the entrance is this tiny little desert mouse trying to drag away this like quarter pound of rations. It's like
Just
in Speak with Beast, just score.
yeah, score. Yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna take me like a week to get it to my family.
So you're saying they have ration rat instead of pizza rat?
Ration rat. No more dad jokes from you. God.
Hey, look. Hey, I can't help it.
Yeah, Dad Bard.
I'll take point and into the cave because I have blind sight on top of dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah, the professor was going to take up rear guard because I do not have dark vision or blind sight, so I do not. It's not going to end well with me being in the front.
Fendon will go second, fairly close behind Forn, just to cover him in case anything does pop up.
So I got Forn in the lead, Fendon right behind Forn, Eritrea Melody in the middle, with Cora and Professor bringing up the rear.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I do enjoy crawling through tunnels. So many things get to possibly happen.
And this is not even like the second or third time we've been crawling through tunnels either.
No, this is one of many times that you find yourself crawling through tunnels. But these tunnels, to Madam Riptide's concern or detail, this is definitely a lava tube that over time has partially eroded and the shifting of the foundations of the mountain have kind of created these bizarre fractures that go into the mountain. But because she's kind of explained and shown this area to you through the journal, you're now beginning to see signs, that people have been using this tunnel. I would say with Cora's 31 on survival, she would describe potentially smugglers or travelers of sorts coming in and out of these tunnels. So definitely the tunnel that you're looking for at this point. Foreign, give me a perception check, if you would, since you're bringing up the lead.
Alrighty. That's 15 plus 10 is a 25.
25. You are leading the way for about the first 30 minutes. You guys have about 30 minutes left on your pass without a trace and invisibility at this point. You stop short as you come across a fractured section of the tunnel. There's been a collapse and possibly an earthquake. There's now a 20-foot gap in front of you. And then the tunnel continues on the other side of that gap. As you look down into the darkness of the gap, you cannot see bottom at all. You've also been on a steady incline of about 15 degrees.
Yeah. So I'll stop us and point out the gap. I can use my ring to get across, but I may have like Fendon hold on to rope on one side, so we string a rope across the middle, and then find a way to secure it on the other side. That way, it can help guide anyone just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
So
use my
is it
ring to
like-
fly across though, so I don't have to jump.
Okay. So as you fly across, Fendon's got one end of the rope, you've got the other end of the rope. You land on the other side. Airtrail could obviously fly across as well. So can Professor. I think it's only Fendon, Cora, and Melody that would have to use the rope to make it across.
I mean, I'm a big buff boy. I could probably carry all of them except maybe like not at the same time, but maybe not.
Right. You'd ferry them across. I would say with the rope as backup, and you take the time to ferry across. Eventually, you guys all make it over to the other side of this gorge, this broken section of the tunnel. Once you're on the other side, Foreign, you're then able to continue on. However, at this moment, pass without a trace and invisibility will wear off.
Okay. I'll go in and try to recast Pass Without a Trace first, just
Okay.
because.
I'm gonna hold off on invisibility just because I don't know how
Yeah,
much that's
we're
going to
underground.
matter.
Yeah, fair
exactly.
No, that's a nat one.
enough. Wait, a natural one on your casting roll?
Nat one on my casting roll.
Oh no, this is bad. Roll
Yeah,
a
I know.
D100 if you would, please.
Had to happen sooner or later. 79.
79. As you guys watch, as Foreign, sorry, Archer, I'm used to you always failing those rolls. As you guys watch Foreign,
I quit rolling for the longest time because I failed them all. So it was bound to
you guys now hear an audible echoing sound emanating from Foreign. Foreign, go ahead and roll a D8 if you would, please.
D8. Please be low. 1.
For the next hour, Foreign will be giving off a audible, heavy, and loud heartbeat noise that echoes up and down the tunnels.
Hopefully there's no vent.
So it's
during
like
the
this,
emergency.
as he stands there, it's like this, bo, 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 and like echoes out and in throughout the tunnel.
Well, won't be trying that again.
So the professor is a smart burb. I want to try using thaumaturgy as like a noise canceling headphone on this. Just create a sound that's the exact opposite in frequency of that to see if I can cancel it out.
You'd
White
have to cast
noise.
it. Well, yeah, you'd have to cast it like every 3 seconds.
Thaumaturgy? Oh, yeah. No, I'd have to cast it every minute because thaumaturgy is a minute duration. But it's also
but you'd have to also time it with the wild magic effect that is now operating for an hour. So you'd have to. It's going to distract you. I like the idea of it. Thaumaturgy is also a cantrip, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So there's no penalty for there.
Well, I don't mean as a penalty. I mean, it's something
No,
you have
I
to
meant
do.
like penalty as a like. There's no spell that I would have to roll.
Right.
Like,
So for every minute, you're going to try to kind of like cancel out the noise that Thorn is giving off for the next hour. Is what you're doing. Correct?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't realize that was a question. Yes.
Gotcha. So Foreign, as you go back to leading the party forward, it is strange to hear this continuous back and forth noise. At some point, Foreign, just as you get to the end of that hour of going into the tunnel, you hear the sound that you were giving off go away, and therefore Professor can stop casting. But you can definitely hear something up ahead. As you look up into the tunnel, it curves in and out, and then it makes a sharp downward turn, and then you lose sight of the path at that point. There's a grinding or gravel noise up ahead, though you're not entirely sure what it is.
Hold up. Let me go up here and check this out. I'll send you a message through my token when I get up there. All right.
So as everybody else hunkers down, Foreign, give me a stealth check as you start moving up towards the edge of the end of the tunnel.
Yep. That's 25.
25. It takes you about 100 feet to get to the edge. Once again, there must have been an earth tremor or earthquake recently. The pathway once again is fractured and broken, and the wall section of the tunnel has collapsed outward into a hollowed out cavern. A cavern so big that as you stare out into the cavern, you could see creatures in the cavern. There's a bit of light at the very top of the cavern, like maybe an entrance or an exit. You focus into the darkness. Slightly above you, about 80 feet above you, is the continuation of the path. It's almost like this part of the path dropped 80 feet, fractured, the cave wall collapsed into the empty cavern. It's when you realize you're staring into a nest of ashen wyverns. They are all kind of the grinding sound, the gravelly sound you heard is them kind of roosting into the rock areas of the cavern. There's about 100 of them in the cavern. They do not seem to notice you yet.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna hold right there and go back to the group first.
Okay. Same stealth
then,
roll. You kind of creep back to where everybody else is.
And then to kind of huddle up. Look, there's the path broke again, and there's a whole cavern full of those ash wyverns out there. I've got a guess as something we could try to get through, but I don't know how good it's going to be at covering our scent. But perhaps if we Eritrea, you can cast silence, right?
Ken, I don't have it fully prepared, but take the risk.
I mean, Ford, I know it's. I appreciate you telling us this. I personally can, but I believe Eritrea or possibly Melody can summon water. You can bathe. The scent should not be that big of an issue for the rest of us.
It's not my scent I'm worried about. It's the flowery scent of all you guys I'm worried about.
The flowery scent.
You know I'm not a
But as we get in
pollinator.
there,
I don't smell the flowers at all. But okay.
Could anyone?
as we get out here, though,
Could we
Go ahead,
potentially use prestidigitation by someone to give off their type of smell to cover us? Or some sort of odor that they won't notice?
perhaps we use the smell of wet rock. Mud.
Yeah.
But I still, my emphasis on using silence is so that they don't hear us.
Yes. Which I could try that as well.
Because if you cast it on me, I can go out first, and it's about 80 feet up. But I'll go out and drop us a rope so you know where we're going to, because 4 of y'all can't see anything in here, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, seems to be the case.
So I wouldn't trust
so
you to,
I'm good.
I wouldn't trust you to try to fly in here with no light. So I'll go up, drop the rope. That way we can get it out, and then if you've got silence and we can make ourselves smell like rocks, maybe we get out of here without stirring the pot, so to speak.
I like that idea. Can you try to cast silence on us?
And I have
When you
prestidigitation,
fail.
so I'll.
That fails, though. Roll the 4. I wouldn't have even succeeded with a normal if I had the spell prepared. So,
It wasn't in that one, so
yeah.
Wait,
Go ahead and give me a D100 if you would, please, Eritrea.
65.
65.
what level spell is that?
It's H2 level, second level.
All right, and what's your modifier on that? Because remember,
Just
not
a
if he doesn't have it prepared.
I don't have
Yeah.
it prepared, so only +4.
+4. Let me see something because I might be able to help you out here.
No, remember you can't do assists on spellcasting rolls. Spellcasting rolls are straight 20s, and then your mod. That's all you get.
I was gonna see if I could bless him to add a D4,
Yeah, you can't do that, unfortunately.
but no, it's an attack roll, unfortunately.
As you guys see Eritrea attempt to cast silence to give you that little bit of extra silence moving forward to keep you covered, you hear the steady sound of singing emanating from Eritrea. This rising chorus of elven voices emanating from like the center of his chest begins to bellow out these amazing tones and musical like notes for about a minute, and then it fades. And as soon as it fades at the end of the minute, all of you notice that you do not hear that grinding gravel noise anymore. It is deathly silent up ahead.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
Can I use a booming voice to project that like behind, like away from us? Just try to make it louder, but in a completely random direction.
Well, there's only two directions, in front and
We're in a
behind.
tunnel.
You're in a tunnel.
I know if I might be able to like shoot it upwards because presumably they're coming from somewhere. But all right,
Well, we're in a tunnel. The
Yeah,
cavern.
the tunnel that you're in
the-
is 8 feet tall by 3 feet
Okay.
wide. Foreign had gone up ahead to scout, and he discovered that about 80 or 100 feet up ahead, there was another
I misunderstood
fracture.
that as 80
Yeah.
feet in the air or so.
No. So basically, what Foreign discovered was that 100 feet up ahead, that the wall of the tunnel had collapsed outward and exposed the cavern that the Ashen Wyverns nest in. 80 feet above where he is, he could see the broken remains of the continuation of the tunnel. And now the entire tunnel behind you and in front of you is, for a minute, filled with singing elvish voices. And then when it fades, you no longer hear the wyverns up ahead.
All right. I do want to try that and project it like way the fuck behind us, and then just like get down and try to cast invisibility on everybody.
Ooh. I am intrigued. Is this the plan? Foreign doesn't look convinced.
I was gonna try. No, I don't want to fight in a tunnel. I don't mind fighting in a cavern. I don't want to fight in a tunnel.
Well, I think what Jabatros is saying, everybody goes invisible. You all lie flat on your bellies, and if anything comes looking for the noise, it might just go right by you. Because he's going to project the noise further down the tunnel.
Yeah, assuming they don't smell us. Yeah.
I mean, assuming they don't detect you, they still have to make a roll to detect you.
All right. Are you?
So why
I
don't
rolled
we
a
get
nat
down
20 on
first?
my spellcasting roll. So
Okay, so everybody's now invisible. Thaumaturgy is a cantrip, correct?
it's a cantrip. So
Yeah. So as you send off the thaumaturgy effect further down behind you, and it rebounds and echoes and travels the full length of the tunnel. As soon as you guys go invisible and lie belly flat on the ground, you watch as single file, because even for their size, they're able to squeeze into the tunnel, but they're very restricted on how fast they can move. Do we want to try to be stealthy at all?
Oh, very much.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Foreign would be able to try to get off pass without a trace.
I could certainly try it again.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it. That's a 12. So plus a modifier, that's good enough.
Yeah. So everyone give me stealth checks. Plus 10, because pass without a trace is up.
Well, on the roll D20.
32.
Nice.
What is that? Come here, you guys. Stop that.
19.
19.
16, and that's not great. 17.
You guys do have guidance because of the area of effect of guidance.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What is guidance at? I don't have it in front of me.
A D4.
Cora got
D4.
a 39.
It's a
24.
30-20 for me.
Okay.
All right. I gotta find a D4 to roll for that.
What'd you get, Fendon?
24.
24. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, screw it.
You don't have a
I'm just sitting here with
D4?
a bag of this. Well, I rolled a 4, so that's a 22.
Yeah, there you go. 21. 17 plus 4 being a 21. So as you guys all lie flat on your belly, the first wyvern goes by so fast you barely even notice it. It was about 15 feet long. It had squeezed itself into a compact form and was using its claws to quickly shimmy through the tunnel and chase directly after the noise down below. The second wyvern that comes in is twice as large as the first one, and it moves a bit slower. It actually stops right above all of you in the tunnel. It's now inverted on the tunnel, and its serpent-like eyes and face are looking down where all of you are lying flat on the ground of the tunnel in your single file line. It's inverted, looking down, smelling the air around you, and it's like, and then it literally stares where you guys, like at the spot where you guys are. It stares at it for a brief few seconds that feel like hours, and then it continues to slowly crawl away further down the tunnel. No other wyverns come in. Just those two that have now gone all the way down, as far as you can tell, to the other end of the tunnel, or at least on their way down there.
I will stay flat on my stomach and crawl back up towards the cavern.
Okay. As you begin to crawl and move back up towards where the broken rock is to get up to the continuation of the tunnel, once you get there, you notice that there are 4 wyvern perched on the edge of the cavern collapse, almost as if they are smelling the air, expecting something. You're not really sure. They're definitely more alert. And into the cavern itself, this massive cavern, you could see a cyclone of wyverns kind of twisting and flying about in the interior of the cavern. You get the feeling that the noise definitely has them all riled up.
Okay. I would like to
rage.
Right? I would like to get. I have an item somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna take a dagger. I have a dagger in my inventory. Because the area it drops down as well, right? The cavern.
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
massive. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull a dagger out of my inventory, and I want to prestidigitate the smell of blood.
Okay.
And chuck the dagger out into the cavern, so it's going to drop down, like trailing the smell of blood.
Give me a deception roll with advantage.
All right. Not horrible, but not great. That's deception. That's a 16. With guidance would be a dirty 20.
Well, that would assume that everyone's belly crawled with you.
Oh, yeah. So just 16. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. At this point, you're the furthest in the lead. No one else has come up yet.
Yep.
You watch as all of the wyverns that were at the collapsed entrance of this side part of the tunnel suddenly let go, and they drop and start gliding down towards the noise and the smell. You have a 5-minute window, is what it feels like.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say anything to go back. I'm gonna token message to Fendon. Get everybody, come on now, and I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna with that rope fly up to the where the hole was, and have the rope drop down, and I'm gonna secure the rope at the top. Okay.
So you have a 50-foot or 100-foot section of rope drop down. You've got secured it up into the entrance. Fendon, since you are second in line, you start scrambling up as fast as you can with Arrow Trail and Melody and Cora and Professor kind of all belly crawling, moving as quickly as everyone can. You guys get to the base. You can see the cavern off to your right. You get to the base of the broken area. Arrow Trail and Professor Jabatros could easily make it up to the next level. I would imagine Professor could grab Fendon, and Arrow Trail can grab Melody, And then Foreign, you start hauling up Cora at the same time as they're flying up. You're hauling her up as well as she's climbing. I'm going to have her make a survival check. She's good, and give her an athletics with advantage. And she's good there. It takes about a full 5 minutes for all of you to gather up at that 80-foot point into the new broken section of tunnel. And as you disappear slightly into the tunnel, once again, 8 foot tall, 3 feet around, you guys start moving away just in time to see more of the wyverns kind of reappear in that broken tunnel section. But you guys are now gaining distance and getting further away. Everyone give me a fresh round of stealth checks. You have plus 10 as well.
That's 34.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You have a self check. My bad.
28.
15.
Oof. 15 for Eritrea.
21.
That
for
is
Brendan.
an 18 for the professor with the gap. Eritrea, should you and I do guidance?
I mean, I did.
Mine's
I
an
did do guidance.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Oh,
I'm
I
sure
still-
Eritrea already did guidance.
I rolled a 10.
I'm actually rolling pretty good for my D4s because I rolled 2 4s in a row. So I was, what did I say I was? 18?
You said you were a
Okay.
18, yeah.
I did take advantage of guidance. I did roll a 4, so I'm at 22.
So as you guys are crawling along, all of you hear metal on stone give that kind of scratching and kind of hollow sound. Because I believe you wear metal armor now, right, Eritrea?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like right out of 13th Warrior, where you know they're crawling through the cave and they have to take off their armor. You guys just hear this quick scrape of armor off of Eritrea's breastplate, just kind of, and it kind of echoes both back down the tunnel and up the tunnel. You guys kind of all hold your breath for a brief second. Second turns into 10 seconds. 10 seconds turns into 20 seconds. Nothing doesn't seem to draw any interest.
Whew. Can you like put your robe on the outside of your armor? Is
Yep,
that
yep.
something you could do?
Sorry. Yes. It's all very flustering, if you can imagine.
A few hundred feet into the new side of the tunnel that you're in, you're kind of like back on your feet in your single column kind of formation, and there's a cool breeze beginning to kind of fill the tunnel. It starts as kind of like a low wind, and now it's turning into this very like strong wind that is whistling from somewhere up above and down into the tunnel. You get the feeling that you're getting close to an exit, is what this feels like. Somewhere up ahead is an exit where the wind is coming into the tunnel.
Hopefully, we only got a little bit further to go. We won't know where we are until we get to the end of the tunnel, though. So just keep it down for the next however long it takes us to get out of here, all right?
As you guys crawl forward, move forward cautiously. The march lasts for about another hour. Eventually, Pass Without a Trace will fade. At the end of that march, you can see light up ahead. Small exit to the tunnel. What
All
would
right.
you guys like to do?
I'll make my way ahead to the end of the tunnel real quick. Just scoping it out as we get closer, making sure I don't see any shadows outside. Moving shadows, I should say, outside.
As you crawl to the very end of the tunnel and the bright light hits you, you are in a collapsed cliffside area. You're also looking down into the beginnings of a ruined city.
We're here. We're where we need to be. I think.
Does it
Is there-
appear like there's been activity recently?
Give me investigation as you all gather at the exit and begin looking around.
All right, that's a natural 20 minus 1, 19.
There's actually a series of footprints that descend down into the edge of the ruins of the city. It feels like maybe 2-3 days old, but it's a single set of tracks that would have been left behind by one person.
There seems to be
Well, now we
some
know the direction to go.
footprints. One person. Always suspicious when it's one person heading in. It gives me an idea of who that one person might be.
It could be Sook. We need to find him anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's head down.
We're going in?
Let's do it. Are we still invisible?
No.
No, that hour would have dropped. But for now, you guys are all gathered at the exit of the tunnel. It's a 100-foot gradual kind of like footfall trail that leads down to the edge of a ruined city.
I'll still take point, and I'll head down first, kind of trying to mark off any spots where we might be able to stay less obvious.
Okay. So as the six of you begin to descend down into the ruins, everybody give me perception checks as you're kind of glancing and looking off in different directions. See if there's anything you notice.
Ooh, that's a 10.
12.
Okay.
16.
16. Eritrea, what'd you get?
13.
15.
13. 13. 1
13. Gotcha. 13. As you guys descend down the trail and into the beginnings of the ruined city, the city itself is you can tell it's old, ancient, probably from the period of calamity, when this part of Marquet was destroyed. You could see a lot of tall buildings, but the lack of vegetation and the dryness of the air has kind of preserved the buildings in such a way that this is probably how they've looked ever since the city was destroyed. The city's quite large. So far, no sign of anything. Like, no movement of creatures. You don't see any people. The trail that was noticed by Eritrea kind of disappears into the overall ruined landscape to the point where you can't quite follow it anymore, because there's not really any foot depressions to be left behind. You're now on a main cobblestone street that seems to be the very core into the city. There doesn't appear to be anything that looks like it's been like rebuilt. There's no sign of any recently assembled fortifications. There's just this persistent ruined city that looks like it just kind of continues to unfold in front of you.
Can I possibly do a history check just as a, like history professor, archaeologist? Like, would I've read anything about where we might be going in there? Just like,
Yeah,
I'm
give me a
gonna-
history check.
I'd like to look for underground entrances because Stonejaw, I think somebody we talked to said that they're not in the city, but they're under the city.
Correct.
all right,
So
I
I'm-
rolled a 19.
Okay.
And with that perception for that, or
That feels like either investigation or survival. You're taking a little bit more time and trying to find a specific place within the ruins to see if there's an entrance below.
that's 17.
What's interesting for you, Professor, out of all your time studying recently while in Exandria, and more importantly within Marquet, there is no traceable history of this place. There's only ever been a label on a map. You get the feeling that no one knows about this place.
So I'm just gonna tell that to the group, just like,
I think we're literally off the map, my friends. That I have I have never encountered anything in my readings about this section of the city. I don't know anything about this.
At the very center of the ruined city, Thorn, you can see what looks to be a kind of like a pavilion of sorts, a great kind of city center in the middle of the stone kind of a rotunda that's collapsed in the middle. You can see that this used to be a rather large water feature, like maybe a large fountain. You can see that the base of the water fountain, which is about maybe 50 feet in diameter, has broken away. And you can see that it leads down into an old sewer system.
Look up here, this old raggedy fountain. We gotta weigh in, but I have to say, if this is the way in, it's going to be a very common way in, and we may run into danger as soon as we step in the hole. But it might be worth looking around for another entrance somewhere, or do we chance going in right now?
I say we chance it. I worry kind of wandering up and about in these open streets. Better chance of being seen.
In for a penny, in for the pound, in for the sewers. Well, at least. Oh, fun. Now we all get to smell like you. How wonderful.
Look, I'm telling you, it makes you less detectable. All right. So I'll hop in first to see how big the area is before we.
Yeah, it's not a very far drop. You drop down about 10 feet. The sewer tunnel is in relatively good shape. It's 15 feet across. It's 10 feet tall. So you drop 10 feet through its like upper opening. You land. It's dry. It's bone dry inside. No sense of any water collecting down here. There's also lots of light up ahead and behind because there's fractures in there's fractures within the city area that are allowing light to kind of bleed down into the sewers. You can either go forward or you could go backwards at this point. The only two directions.
I'm gonna take a look around and see which side seems most worn. Like if this is an entrance that people would be going relatively the same direction, so there should be more wear on one side than the other, theoretically.
Yeah, give me Give me a survival on that one, if you would, please.
Sorry, my whole system cut out for a second. What were you asking me to roll?
Survival.
Survival.
Survival. Okay, got it. Oh, that's a good roll. That's a 19 plus 6. Yeah, 25.
25. You don't get a feeling that anyone's been through here in a very long time. You see no tracks. No one has been using this as an entrance.
I'll say back out of the tunnel, like, look, y'all can come on in, but I can't tell anybody's been here.
All right, I'm hopping down.
Cora and Melody hop down as well.
Fendon will follow.
Okay. You guys are all now in what feels like the heart of an old, ancient sewer system. The tunnels move or lead forward. They seem to lead backwards as well. They're well developed, well designed. Professor, give me a history check, because I feel like, well, and Fendon, give me a history check as well.
I think that's a 24. I think I have a plus 6. Yeah, 24. 18 plus 6.
Okay.
10.
10. For Fendon, the construction looks familiar. For Professor Jalbatros, these sewers were built by dwarves. You could tell by the handiwork, the chisel marks, the hammers, the hammer marks that were left behind. Dwarves definitely built this sewer system.
So I'll just I don't know what it would mean, but just to let you know, this is dwarven architecture. It's very clearly dwarven architecture.
Well, we just came from the mountain, so perhaps we continue opposite of it. I'll whichever way direction of the tunnel would go away from where we came from, mountain direction, is the direction that Foreign's going to start moving in.
Well, I mean, that would mean taking the tunnel forward as opposed to backwards.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Everyone give me stealth checks as you begin your journey through the sewers.
Do we still have the pass without trace?
Yeah, I'll say it's up for another 30 minutes.
Okay.
I wish I was rolling an attack roll, because I rolled double 18s.
All right. So
That's a 40 anyway.
18,
So.
Nice.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
31 for Fendon.
Man,
All right,
Benson, you're
there
pretty
you go.
healthy for your size.
Hey, it's on dinner time, baby.
22.
What'd you get? 22, nice.
22.
As you guys move forward, you begin to hear a hammer and chisel at work. You begin to hear dwarven speech as if somebody is singing to themselves while they're working.
That's not a language I speak.
I can do. What is the name of that thing? Is it comprehend language?
Comprehend language?
Yeah, I have that, so I can cast that on myself.
I have
I don't.
speak Dwarven.
What are they saying?
I'll cast it on myself. I'm gonna get 10.
Fendon would recognize it as an old dwarvish work song. The chisel and hammer sound very kind of high pitched. And it's just this kind of, we work forward. We live to work. We do what we want. We work for what we get. And it's just this kind of mantra over and over. And it's echoing backwards from somewhere up ahead. You don't quite see the dwarf yet, but you can hear him.
now that I can understand it, would I recognize this? This working song from any of my research?
Give me a history check on that.
Oh,
Does
that's
it
an
sound
18.
Does it sound like a friendly working song, Fendon, or is it like a
like a chain gang song or something?
yeah, like a chain gang?
All right, but that was an 18 for history.
An 18. It does remind you of some research you did on some dwarf miners from Craghammer. Definitely dwarven. Definitely a familiar song of people who would practice the art of mining.
But no indication that this is like something that would be like out of the ordinary. Like this is something that it's not like something that sounds like they're being compelled to it. It's just something that, like, oh hey.
No, this would be known as a casual dwarven ditty, like just this kind of thing that they do to keep tempo and to keep pace with what they do.
All right.
As far as I can tell, this sounds like just your average dwarven working song. No, I can't think of a word for it. Where's that?
Distress.
Yeah, no distress, no compulsion. Like it's just a thing that they're doing to strike in time.
Well, if you like, I can go ahead first and get a look at them.
Oh, Ryan, I just saw your GIF. Oh my god, that was great.
That is like I for some reason that popped in my head, and I was like, now that's what I'm gonna picture Ford looks
That
like.
is deep.
Con Air.
That is so deep cuts. That is
Put
so
the bunny
deep cuts.
back in the box.
Oh my god, that was great.
It's like Ford is kind of that character in a sense.
Yeah.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Oh my god, that's great. I haven't thought of that movie in so long.
I don't think I've ever actually watched it all the way through.
Oh, really?
Man, it's classic 90s
John Malkovich?
action
Oh
nonsense.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Ford, you will actually, I think all you guys. There are so many like millennial classics that I just missed out on. Like not for any reason. I just like I didn't see The Princess Bride in full until like 3 years ago. Like I'd seen
I
it
didn't
in
see that
aggregate.
till my early 30s too. That
Yeah,
was
like
not
I
part
was
of
in
my
my 30s the first time I watched it all the way through.
I
I'm like,
think the best part about Princess Bride is the act of discovering it. I think when people see it and discover it for the first time, I love the way it inspires people when they see it. It's just so good.
But real quick, speaking of 90s classics, I watched Species last night.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
God.
you really did fall down the nostalgia hole.
oh man.
Not to
guys.
mention the classic
How can we
Species 2 and Species 3 that came.
Yeah, just leave it to the truth. Like it's just softcore porn. That's all
What
it
is-
is.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
even
much.
funny.
What a coming of age movie that was.
Yeah. See, during my day, we just picked up National Geographic magazines, but you guys got Species, so I get it. It's fair. Very fair.
That and I think it was like my 16th or 17th birthday that Wild Things came out, and
Yeah.
we go to the drive-in, and we weren't going to see Wild Things. We were going to see like an appropriate movie, but we all had to go to the bathroom and stayed standing watching Wild Things without sound on the other theater because it's driving. You couldn't hear it without the radio.
Yeah,
So we're just
yeah,
watching
yeah.
Wild. We all disappeared in the bathroom and we're standing watching Wild Things at the other theater. Good times.
Yeah, I would say probably for me the closest thing is Fast Time at Ridgemont High would be the closest thing to like Wild Things and Species for me. It was pretty funny. It's one of those just one of those ones that you sit there and you're like, Damn, Sean Penn is like 12 years old.
And
It's
you're
so
watching
weird.
Species, you're like, I see why that's made $160 million.
Yeah.
People went for one reason.
Yep.
Anyway,
You still
So
hear the
I'll-
dwarven singing. You hear the chisel, the hammer.
I'm gonna go to sneak ahead. I'm not gonna tell if I don't go up. I'm gonna be up in front, farther ahead of the group as we move forward.
Okay. As you begin to move forward, there is a soft glow of blue emanating from up ahead. As you come up to the point where you can look down to see where the noise is coming from, you see a very interesting, ghostly looking dwarf that is hammering away and chiseling on something, but there's no noise of a rock being chiseled. It's just this strange kind of ethereal noise of a hammer hitting a chisel, but no sound of a chisel hitting a rock. And you can hear the voice of this dwarf kind of like emanating back from its ghostly form as it is hard at work, from what you can tell. Does not seem to notice any of you yet.
I can talk to the dead. That's my subclass. Ranger subclass is the Phantom. Yeah.
I would say go for it.
Doesn't look like your pick is really making an impact down there.
Well, I'm not using a pick. I'm using a hammer. It kind of like turns to look over its shoulder. Its opaque white eyes staring at you. Well, it would seem the elves have returned to the city. He sets his hammer and chisel into his belt and starts at first walking, and then he just kind of drifts, like just slowly glides over to within about 10 feet of you. His head turns awkwardly to look at you. It's been a long time since I've seen the elves of the City of Sight. Are you back for good? Have you brought back your brethren and those that were once here so many centuries ago?
Unfortunately, no. But that could possibly be arranged eventually. But that's not the reason I'm here currently.
Unfortunate, that is. The city, once the jewel of the Elven Empire, waits for their return. Why have you come to my city? Why are you here?
I come seeking some rather dubious folks that supposedly live under the city here. Not dwarves. Not that brand of dubious. No.
It is not one to be dubious who lives underground, but I imagine you speak of those that wield fire and stealth about in the darkness, then. I have no cause to befriend them. I have no cause to engage with them. Why is it that you seek them?
I seek to end them.
Under what authority allows you to do this?
Well, there's some rather shitty folk. They go out and kill people for money, and my friends and I may or may not be on their list of people to kill. But also, it's in service of the greater good.
So you're here under stealth upon which to kill people. Is this not the argument you make against them?
I'm trying to kill their boss more than anything, because if we take out their leadership, the contract's done, and they don't have to do that no more. And perhaps then we can convince them to help us fight to bring back the Fae.
The Fae are involved in this? How are the Fae involved in this?
The Fae is gone for about 10 years now.
Too bad. Beautiful place, the Fae. The
That's
Feywild, children of the Fae. These are you not a child of the Fae?
In some ways, yes, I am. That's why I'd like to bring it back.
Are there others with you?
I look back behind me to Melody and Fendon.
You watch as slowly everyone begins to approach you. Now all you can see this ghostly dwarf just kind of hovering about 10 feet in front of Thorn. His feet not really resting on the ground, just kind of floating by where Thorn is. You bring Furbog, Seta, Erakokran. And the dwarf stares strangely at Eritreo. You are familiar to me. Your face, your feature. I don't know why. The ghost floats over by Eritreo, kind of like circles around him, and then floats back in front of all of you. Memory not so good. But I think this person I've met before, but I don't know why or when. Memory fades over time.
You might have known his
Lingering
father.
here in the halls, I don't know. I don't know things that I used to know.
You might have known his father.
Yeah, did you know a Jin?
Well, he was a boy before, right? Elixion, right?
Yeah, Elixia.
I know that name, Alexion.
Wow.
He was an oath bearer of the Kael Moreau. He was a important person of the ancient elves that once used to reside in this great kingdom.
He was here?
He would visit the great city of Sight in his young days. For me, well, I have been here, for too many centuries. Too many centuries. Beauty of the city gone for too long. The streets filled with elves and orc living side by side for so long. Miss those days. But then the anger of Grumosh and the descent of his mighty godlike fist on Marquet broke the spirit, broke the land, broke the people. Some say it was Alexion's fault for what happened. Some say when the fist fell upon the great Kael Moreau, it broke a hole in reality, brought another existence, another place into combination with the great city. Then the elves fled, the orcs fled, all of the old kingdom fell to ruin.
What are you still doing here?
I do only what my mind knows to do. Dig stone, shape stone, bring together the rock and hammer. That is what I do forever.
You don't want to rest?
Dwarves have no need of rest. That is a lazy person's way out. For me, rock and stone are my life. It is what anchors me to this place. And like as you're talking to him, you look right beyond where he was, and you can see like the old calcified remains of a dwarven skeleton, kind of like lying on the ground in like full mining gear, and kind of like strewn about the place. You can see other dwarven skeletons here as well. this feels like an ancient resting place where maybe all these miners used to work.
Oh, can I try to speak to him?
If you'd like, sure.
How tall is he compared to me? Like I'm only like 4 foot.
He's an old dwarf, so he's wider than he is tall. So he's like 3.5 feet tall, but 4 feet wide. He's a burly, big guy. He's just not tall.
So I'm just gonna kind of, kneel a bit to look to be on his level and just like,
Honored elder, I wonder if you could tell me something. You recounted your story of this, but do you know why this section of city would not be recorded anywhere? I'm a scholar, and I have never heard of this.
The city of Sight is a place of ancient past of the orcs and elves that once lived here. When it was sundered by Grumash, the god of orcs, its existence was wiped from the minds of those that lived here. Just like the sunken city and other places throughout the great lands of Marquet, although now so much barren land, so much desert. Back when the city was vibrant and alive, all of Marquet was green with life. Great jungle canopies strewn from east to west, north to south. Anger a god is to invite disaster. I don't think anyone has been to the city of Sight except for those creatures that dwell deep in the catacombs below the city, in the old ancient elven and orcish vaults, always looking, always uncovering the tombs of our people, always seeking power, seeking fortune, seeking information. I think they look for something of power. I do not know what they expect to find. There is an old rumor, but I doubt that they would know about it.
seeing if I had something that might have been when I was playing as Mother Superior. I don't think I have it on this.
Mother Superior.
Yeah, I don't think I have it. She had something that was functionally gentle repose, which I don't have. But, all right. So I'm just gonna kind of still lean towards him, like,
Elder, I know you continue your work, but forgive me. It seems that what you have is making little impact. Perhaps I could assist you for a time?
I'm just gonna kind of brandish my my war pick, just like kind of let him inspect it.
Excellent device. A true tool to be used in battle, but not on rock, I think.
Well,
perhaps you can seek a tool from one of my brethren that lie about, and you may journey on the pick and the hammer with me if you'd like.
So I'm gonna go do that. Just find a dwarf that's got a maul or a pick or something near him.
Yeah.
Just, like,
Yeah, you easily recover like a sizable hammer and chisel, and before long, the ringing of your chisel on rock kind of brings a smile to the old dwarf's face. And as you work, the dwarf looks over at the others, Fendon and Cora and all the others. I have not labored with a companion for some time. It is good to have friends here again. Perhaps all of you would like to join in. Show me your strength and we shall sing the great songs of my people.
Brendan will go ahead.
Okay. You retrieve a chisel and hammer from one of the dwarves. You watch as Cora and Melody also retrieve tools as well.
It's not normally my thing, but I'll give it a go.
Please join us.
I'll do my best.
The ghost kind of slides over in amongst all of you, and he begins singing a different song this time. Everyone give me insight checks as he begins to sing this song.
Oh, okay. Insight was not that bad.
Not great.
15?
Okay.
Oh, I got pretty good insight. 14.
Okay. Everyone gets a D4 for guidance as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. My D4, so 15 plus 2, so 17.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Brendan rolled high, 22.
Nice. Okay.
25
25.
plus 6.
As you guys are all listening to the song, it's the song about an ancient elven and orcish library. It seems to be a library that sits on the northern edge of the city. It's a song about the great orc and elvish vaults that exist in the catacombs below the library. And almost as if maybe what he was waiting for was the return of friends, or perhaps the journey of digging and chiseling with companions, he gets this broad smile on his face as he looks towards all of you and then simply dissolves. You watch as his ghostly form evaporates.
So, I'd like to. Did we find his corpse specifically amongst the dead?
It is there, yeah. It is currently near your feet.
All right. I'd like to kind of move him over to a more secluded place, just so he doesn't get trampled by anyone else. And does he have a pick or a hammer on him that I could try?
He does. He has a chisel and hammer on him. The one that he had in his hands would match the ones that are on his body. The ones in his hands were ghostly.
Okay. But nothing there's nothing that's oh, hey, this is an amazing thing, but maybe I'd want to grab it's just a regular chisel and hammer.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's pretty regular looking.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just kind of put him in his hands, and like I said, just kind of move him off so that his bones don't get scattered. It's return to your ancestors, elder. But yeah, and they just kind of move back to the rest of the group.
That wasn't the song he was singing earlier. That was a different song.
It
Yeah.
was. Yes.
Fendon, what was that all about?
Oh, there's a library, the northern part of the city, and then there's stuff below the library. I don't know why he chose that song, but maybe he was trying to guide us.
I love Fendon
What?
so much. Fendon's voice is classic.
You're a wise fellow, Fendon. Let's go see if we can't find that library. It may be difficult with the city and the condition it's in, but you said it was northwest?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, whatever. You guys backtrack down the sewer. You're able to egress back up through the broken fountain, and you're now back up in the ruined city. For you, Foreign, now that you've learned a little bit more through the storytelling of the dwarf, you are beginning to see that a lot of this architecture is elvish in design. The the slight nature of it, the sleekness of it, the fine finishes, the fine edges. Every now and then it kind of clashes with rough-looking buildings that clearly were designed by orcs. So you get the feeling that the story that the dwarf told is fairly accurate.
All right, he said northwest, so I'll kind of take a look up and see which where the sun is, and gauge northwest from that location.
I mean, Fendon, if you want to loot the body before heading back up, you can if you'd like.
You find a pick, and the pick has a name on it.
Oh no!
No desecrations today. Bad idea.
So I'll try to guide us in a northwestern direction. Hopefully, coming across.
So it's the six of you.
Alive.
Yeah, it's the six of you are getting now further northwest into the city. You're beginning to see that the damage was total. The city was completely wiped out. You could also tell that whatever destroyed the city actually sunk the city down somewhat. Like the entire kind of terrain around it has this weird kind of like cratered kind of edging to it. But everyone give me either investigation or survival as you try to find this library.
Oh, they both suck. Cool.
I got a 21.
15.
Nice.
Hang on, let me roll a. It's a 16 regardless, so whichever one you want to pick.
Okay. 4.
25 survival.
Nice. Fendon?
7 survival. Fendon.
And mine was survival. Mine was survival.
Gotcha. Fendon's like, over here looks like it was an eatery.
If we've all done survival, I could switch mine to investigation, and it only drops by 1. So from a 25
No,
to
I
20.
I could do investigation
survival's
on mine because mine's wait, investigation or was it investigation or was it insight?
It was investigation or survival.
Okay, my bad. Because if it was that, then I apologize because I heard insight, so mine would have been a what was it? An 18. So
Okay.
from -1 for survival to +2 for investigation.
Yeah, it's more of a
Yeah.
group check. So as you guys are kind of working together, try to locate this structure, you do find that you get the feeling that you're now in like a religious or maybe even a temple section of the city. You can see a series of ruined, dedicated temples to Gramash. You can also see that maybe one of the primary elven deities that they worshipped was Saloon. You see what looks to be a large temple with the facade of Saloon kind of broken in front of it. And then kind of up on its own square kind of stone foundation, you can see what looks to be like almost like the entrance into a pantheon sort of kind of vibe to it with all these columns. In fact, it's the entrance into a structure with 9 columns. Each column has a celestial body holding up the fractured roof of the structure. It looks surprisingly familiar to you guys. Well, to everybody but Cora and Fendon. The same kind of rotunda up above, the columns. You could see the altar in the middle of it. It feels and looks older than the one that you saw in the Oderlin Wilds, and the position and facade of the Celestials are a little bit different than the 9 that you saw in the Oderlin Wilds. But this looks like a kind of rotunda entry into the larger structure above it. It's like a series of stairs that go up to the rotunda, and then beyond the rotunda, another series of stairs that go up into a large square library that's kind of mostly collapsed in on itself.
Should I take out my sword?
Do you
That's
still
what I
have
was about- That's what I was about to ask you.
I think
I'm
I should
well,
hold off.
I'm not sure if you still have it because when you were dedicated to Davini, it had turned into a kind of pact weapon at the time. And I think now that you're not technically a follower of Davini anymore, I would say it's a physical weapon that you now carry in your belt if you choose, to wield it or do anything with it.
Yes.
What you guys like to do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go take a look at the altar.
Okay, you head up the stairs towards the altar. Cora kind of perches up on some crumbled wall to keep a lookout. Melody will follow Forn up into the rotunda as well.
Do I recognize any of these celestial statues?
They're all faceless, but in different poses. There are 9 different poses. In fact, they appear to be, I would say they appear to be in 9 different dance poses, almost as if they're in the midst of a dance. Fendon, were you going to say something?
Oh, just Fendon follows foreign.
Okay.
Stuff.
Gotcha. Forn, as you enter into the rotunda, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, am I feeling any presence here that's...
Not anymore. You get the feeling that maybe if you still maintain the pact, you would feel a presence, but it's pretty. There's no vibe here. There's no sense of awareness. There's no sense of connection at this point.
Can I pull up the feather and just see if there's any reaction at all?
The feather is now brightly lit blue and vibrating in your hand.
Does the brightness increase or does the vibration increase if I point it in different directions?
If you point it towards the library beyond the rotunda, it does slightly increase.
Okay. So I'm just going to kind of communicate that. I think Redness wants us to go that way as well.
I thought you didn't like that guy.
I don't.
Why you want to go where he wants to go?
I made a pact. I'm giving him an opportunity before I try something drastic. He did
You made
assist me. I owe him at least that.
You made a pact with your god?
I did. You understand that this was made out of convenience for both of us. This was not something that was done with a lifetime of study and passion behind it. This was convenience for both of us. I'm
So
not
you're
exactly
like
a
one of
traditional
those.
paladin.
You're like one of those people that marry somebody from another place just so they get paid some money and they can stay together for a long enough time. Then they're like, "Oh, I'm a citizen now," and then they divorce. Right? That sounds like that kind of setup. Is that how I understand it?
I mean, why would you limit citizenship like that? That seems arbitrary and barbaric.
Yeah, I think that tribe is called the Catholic tribe.
Right.
That seems utterly barbaric. Why would you do that?
Well, not all of us are identifiable by the different colors of our feathers.
This was a business. This is the equivalent of a business exchange. I don't necessarily have to like my partner in this, but he has assisted me, and I'm giving him an opportunity to make good on his word. But
The same guy that blew up a giant air elemental in the middle of a city. That kind of good business decision. Is that what we're still talking about right now?
I've expressed my frustration with his lack of communication, shall we say.
Sounds pretty one-sided to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Eritrea, with Thorn and the others up in the rotunda, except for Cora, keeping an eye out. You're watching as Jabatros is drifting a little bit further beyond to take a closer look at the entrance of the library. But there's something about these 9 celestial figures. They don't have a face. They have wings. They are neither feminine or male. They're kind of very androgynous look to them. And they're all in different dance poses. But yet it kind of feels like they're all doing or a part of the same dance. What's really kind of different this time is that the altar that Foreign is standing next to within the rotunda is different than the one in the Oderland Wilds. The one in the Oderland Wilds was this blackened alabaster kind of altar. This altar appears to be a white, gray, and blue marble mix, clearly made by elves. Elves are not traditionally enamored with celestial entities, but for whatever reason, this rotunda was built as an entrance in, as part of the entrance into the library. You get the feeling this might be a dedicated rotunda to maybe celestial bodies of knowledge or keepers of knowledge. While there's a lot of similarities, there's enough differences for you to realize this place holds a different meaning. You get the feeling that the other place that you had that encounter with Divini was a place that was linked to Divini and was a place of power that Divini was able to use to influence you. This feels like a dedicated monument of sorts.
Can I tell the order of the dance?
Give me a... Oof. You're not performing the dance, but what would be a skill do you think Eritrea would try to use to figure this out, do you think?
I mean,
Daggerheart, I just say make a knowledge check, but
is it insight? Is it history?
I feel like it would be insight, I think, because
Insight.
while it's something that's familiar to you, it's not necessarily something you know.
As a 15 plus 8 for a 23.
Yeah, this is called the Moon Dance. This is a dedicated dance that celestial entities would do whenever they are dedicating something to the moon. Their arms are always up in the air. The one thing that's very different is the turn of the hands. There's something about the way the hands are positioned that intrigues you. And I would imagine you could be talking out loud so others would, realize what you're doing as you study the statues.
Guys, I think I'm going to try to do this dance.
Sounds like a great idea. No, Foreign says that just like we did. Look, it worked the last time we went around to every statue and put them back together, and we got a sword, right?
Yeah. No, it's just funny because you're just automatically like, yeah, do it.
Hey, Foreign was already going to be looking around, being like, "What are they doing here? Maybe you should redo that."
I
Maybe
just
you should
don't know he was here. She'd be like, come on, guys.
the people that would say, "Come on, guys," are not here. Okay.
Go ahead and give me a performance check. You also have guidance on this.
That is a 14 roll plus 1, 15 plus 0, so 15.
You guys watch as Eritrea does his best to mimic what he thinks is the pattern of this moon dance. After about 5 minutes of performing it around the rotunda, nothing happens.
I'd like to make an attempt. I'm an albatross Aarakocra. I win my mates by dancing. So
Yeah, go for it. Give me a performance check. You have guidance.
Let me see what my performance is.
I would
think
like
it's
to
actually
take a
okay.
look at the ground around it too. Like sometimes there's like mosaics and stuff that maybe
Yeah, in the
give a hint
mosaic,
to what's going on. Yeah.
yeah, in the mosaic is the different patterns of the position of what a moon, the waxing, the waning, the full moon, it's like all these different images of the moon are in the mosaic of the floor.
All right, that was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You guys watch as Professor begins to kind of do what Eritrea was doing, and begins to follow what he believes to be the pattern of this dance. After 5 minutes of doing the dance, nothing particularly happens, but because you rolled a 20 on your performance, Professor, you do
Dirty
notice
20, yeah.
you do notice in the ceiling of the rotunda, the parts that aren't completely destroyed, there is a mirrored image of the moons in a reverse condition.
I'd like to try it again in reverse step.
Yeah, give me another performance check.
All right, let's see what we got. Ah, damn you dice. That's a 19.
19. Because you do it in reverse position this time, Foreign, since you notice the mosaics in the floor, as Galvatros is now dancing the moon dance in the reverse order, each of the moons in the mosaic are beginning to show signs of magical light. He circumvents the whole altar, gets to the reverse end of the pattern. All the moons are lit, and then you watch as illusionary magic causes each condition of the moon to rise above the floor. They then all kind of shift together over the altar, and then the moon illusion settles onto the altar. There's this intense, blinding light that just engulfs the entire rotunda, and lying on the altar is a spear and a hammer.
So, I'd like to go investigate those.
Yeah, give me an investigation check as you drift over to the altar to take a look at them.
I mean, I can go on and
Investigation is
identify them.
+2. All right.
I'll start ritually identifying them.
All right. That was God, what is my investigation? Where are you? Investigation is +2. 13. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I was looking at something really quick. What'd you roll?
Okay. 13. I did not add guidance to that, but
Yeah, you can add guidance if you want.
all right. Let me find that D4 that I keep putting away, not thinking about it. All right, I got a 4 on that, so that would be
Nice.
what, 17?
17. Very nice. The spear is clearly of orcish make.
Mhm.
The hammer is too refined and too slight of build. It's definitely of elvish make. Both have like magic sigils, like in patterns across. The spear is 12 feet long. The spear tip seems to be currently dripping a huge amount of blood off the spear tip. But when the blood drips off onto the altar, it just evaporates as soon as it drips off the spear tip. The hammer appears to be the hammer head appears to be in the crescent shape of a moon. The heft of the hammer is very thin, and all the metallics of both the spear and hammer. Well, the spear seems to be made of like a blackened steel. The hammer appears to be made of like a mixture of silver and platinum.
All right. Form, would you care to identify these?
Yeah. I take it'll be a half hour to identify both of them.
I'll say 15 minutes is up to identify the first one. Which one are you picking first?
I would grab the hammer first. Just
The hammer?
give
Give me an intelligence save as you try to identify the hammer.
All right. I get a +1 on saves. So don't roll a 1. Oh, I rolled a 3. Okay, so that's 6.
You rolled a 6?
Yeah. Well, no, I rolled a 3. +3 was a 6. Yeah.
Roll a d4 if you would, please.
Sure. 3. Common number right now. 3, 3, and 3.
You watch as 3 illusionary moons come out of the hammer. They begin to rotate around you, and then suddenly the 3 moons collide together as you take 46 points of force damage.
Oh, shit. Ow. Fuck was that?
No, that's a different thing. Damn it. That was the thing that I had with Isabella again, or Isadora.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Ford.
Okay.
It passes 17 plus 8.
Okay. Go for it.
Where are you?
It's not. Yeah. That. Hey, what's up, buddy? What?
I love it. Higher levels now. Airtro does so much more healing.
Right?
He's got like literally count out all the dice.
Honestly, I love it too.
I bet you do,
48
Squish.
points back.
Nice.
How many?
48.
48. Oh, so I'm back to full health. Yeah.
You're back. Good thing I rolled at a 5th level. And it's nice with the wild magic stuff because I don't have to worry about wasting spell slots.
I know, right? I love spell casting. So much more
Right.
fun for casters.
I can try that again. That was weird. But did you all see the moons too? Y'all saw that stuff, or was it just me?
Yeah, they all saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was unusual.
Right. So we'll try it again, and I'll grab the hammer again.
Give me another intelligence save.
Yep. Let's not get a 3 this time. Oh, 13 though. Plus 3 is 16.
16. This time when you wield the hammer and try to identify it, it does not reveal itself to you. That tells you that it's a relic or possibly a sentient device. But it does not attempt to defend itself or harm you this time.
Does anyone have high intelligence that could maybe like do a knockout roll?
I do. I was gonna say like I can go over and see if I can assist him.
You can try grabbing
have
that
high-
spear. I mean, it's just not telling me who it is. This is, it's.
It might need to be a smart person, not one of us, Fawn.
What if this thing's alive? I don't think it matters either way. I'd tell you that much.
If Ford's gonna move on to the spear, I'd like to pick up the hammer and maybe kind of try to roll
I think
Arcane
Ford
to
was
see-
offering you the spear.
I'm telling you to take the spear. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Can I roll Arcana and see if I can tell anything about it?
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check.
I misunderstood there, Ford. That is a dirty 20.
These devices are very purposeful. They were obviously hidden here magically within this celestial rotunda. The fact that you guys were able to reveal the devices tells you that they're also very old and possibly very powerful magic. The fact that Thorn could barely wield the hammer and it refuses to identify itself, you get the feeling that these could be vestiges or even implements of the gods. Fendon, how's your religious, how's your religion modifier?
I don't have one.
I'm trying to think how a Fae might recognize this, because Fae would recognize this. So both Melody and Fendon would definitely have an opportunity to you know what? Give me history, Fendon.
Ooh. 16, so that's a 16.
16. In terms of the Fae, you would recognize the hammer as it would be referred to as the Rod of Four Moons. That's how Fae creatures would understand it. Thorn, you're inherently Fae as well, although you're a half breed, so
Different
you know,
Fae.
yeah, you're a different kind of Fae. You can give me a history check as well.
I don't drop my dice. Ugh. History. Oh, that's only a 12.
12?
Yeah.
You agree with Fendon. From a Fae perspective, they would refer to this as the Rod of Four Moons. This, once again, this could be a vestige.
I have a skill called Whispers of the Dead, which whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can choose one skill or tool proficiency that you lack and gain it as a ghostly presence shares its knowledge with you. You lose this proficiency when you use this feature to choose a different proficiency that you lack. I've had it on Arcana because I just haven't changed it for the longest time since we haven't done it. If I take the minute, or if I take like the equivalent of a short rest to change that proficiency to history, to get a bonus on that roll, can I try this check again?
And the reveal would be a ghostly image helping you do this? Is that the gist?
Well, it's like you're helped by a ghost knowledgeable with that stuff. So
gotcha.
In this case, I'm focusing. I want to focus specifically on the hammer, right? But from a history perspective, like, what is this hammer?
Yeah, go for it. Make another check.
Okay, let me switch that real quick because it'll change my bonuses. Yeah, now I get a +5. That's much better than a +1. But I still have to roll well, so.
No.
I never roll well. Come on now. All right, that's I got a 13. 5.
Yeah,
5.
Yeah, nothing new revealed to you. The ghostly image that tries to tell its story is limited as much as you are.
Wish that dwarf was still around.
Are these what? Can I pull my feather out again? Is that what this is guiding me towards?
No, the feather is guiding you towards the interior of the ruined library.
All right. Can I try to I'm not gonna rip it out of his hand, but I want to kind of put my hand on the hammer and just kind of try to essentially speak to it with either Arcana or religion. Just be kind of like, what are you?
As Professor comes over to where Forn is standing in the rotunda, he places his hand on the silver hammer and begins to kind of quietly try to speak to it. It's at that moment a fusillade of rifle fire goes off in the background of the ruined library. You hear the whisks of bullet, the thud of Cora dropping to the ground, and that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Oh shit! It's 8:02. I didn't realize that.
Right? It would appear that the Firekeepers have found you.
Well, that's fun.
What if it was all that noise we were making and dancing and singing?
Well, you know, and my shitty rolls for perception on Cora didn't help either. So, you know. Well, everyone, you guys go ahead and linger. We'll talk about the schedule. Everyone else, thank you for coming out and watching, and we will see you all next week. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game, everybody. Good night, all.